Tick looked at the big screen in front of him. He was the head of the galaxy's military rating system, or GMRS for short. The screen showed a list of all the alien races they knew about. Each race had a rating from 1 to 5 stars. Tick was proud of this list. It kept the galaxy peaceful. No one would fight a race with more stars than them. The Zix, who thought as one big group, had 4 stars. The Kers, who used gravity as a weapon, had 4.5 stars. At the top were the Alphas, who started the GMRS. They had 5 stars. Tick was happy. Everything was in order. Suddenly, a loud alarm went off. Red lights flashed everywhere. "What's happening?" Tick asked. He almost fell off his floating chair. His helper, Blob, who looked like a big bubble, said, "We found a new alien race. They can travel faster than light." Tick couldn't believe it. They always rated races before they got that fast. "We need to meet them right away," he said. As the alarms kept ringing, Tick felt worried. His tidy galaxy was about to get messy. Captain Emily was on her spaceship, the Curiosity. She and her crew were testing their new, very fast engine. Suddenly, a huge space station appeared in front of them. "Wow," she said, smiling. "I guess we're not alone in space after all." Her second-in-command, Raj, asked, "Should we say hello?" Before Emily could answer, Sarah, who handled messages, said, "Captain, the aliens are calling us." The main screen turned on. They saw a strange alien face. It looked like a mix between a bug and a crab, with lots of eyes. "Hello, new aliens," the creature said in perfect English. "I'm Tick. I'm in charge of raiding all the alien armies in the galaxy. Welcome." Emily straightened her uniform. "Thank you. I'm Captain Emily from Earth. We come in peace. What's this rating system?" Tick's mouth parts clicked. "The GMRS keeps the galaxy peaceful. We need to check your species right away. We're coming onto your ship." Emily frowned. "I'm not sure we're okay with that. Maybe we could." "You have to let us," Tick interrupted. "If you don't, you'll get the lowest rating." Emily thought for a moment. They couldn't win a fight against these aliens. "Okay," she said, "but I want you to know we're not happy about it." Tick's eyes moved around. "Noted. Get ready for us to come over." After the call ended, Emily turned to her crew. "Well, folks, let's show these aliens what humans are made of." Inspector Zor was very good at his job. He had been raiding alien races for 300 years. Now he was on the human ship with his team. Captain Emily met them at the door. "Welcome to the Curiosity, Inspector Zor. We're honored to be the first humans to meet you." Zor held out one of his tentacles to shake hands. "Thank you, Captain. Now, let's start checking your ship." For the next few hours, Zor and his team looked at every part of the Curiosity. They seemed very interested in the ship's weapons, or rather, the lack of weapons. "You mean you don't have any space guns?" Zor asked, surprised. Emily shook her head. "We're here to explore, not to fight." Zor's eye stalks wobbled. "But surely your people have war ships?" "We have ships back on Earth, but not for fighting in space," Emily said. The inspector's skin rippled. "What about defenses around your planet? Big space weapons?" Emily blinked. "I'm not sure what some of those things are. We have some satellites, I guess." Zor's tentacles drooped. This was going to be a very quick rating. Tick read the report about the humans. He couldn't believe it. These humans were strange. They had some very advanced technology, but no weapons for space. "This can't be right," he said to himself. "Every species makes weapons when they make other technology. It's always been that way." Blob, his helper, suggested, "Maybe they're hiding their real weapons?" Tick shook his head. "No, our check was very thorough. We have to follow the rules." He pushed some buttons, and a rating appeared, 1 star. "But sir," Blob said, "their fast space travel should give them at least 2 stars." "The rating system is final," Tick said. "They don't focus on fighting, so they get 1 star." He sent the rating to the human ship. On the Curiosity, everyone was quiet as they saw the 1-star rating on their screen. "Well," Captain Emily said, her voice tight, "I guess that's that." Raj asked, "Captain, what does this rating mean for Earth?" Emily's eyes hardened. "It means, Raj, that they think we don't matter in the galaxy. And if there's one thing humans don't like, it's being underestimated." She turned to Sarah. Send a message to Earth. Tell them we have work to do. As the Curiosity got ready to go home, the crew had no idea what they had started. The galaxy had given humans 1 star, thinking they weren't important. They were about to learn how wrong they were. The Curiosity's return to Earth caused quite a stir. Captain Emily's report about alien life and the galactic military rating system spread quickly. World leaders gathered for an emergency meeting. In a large conference room, Emily stood before a group of serious-looking people. She had just finished explaining the situation. "So," said the U.S. president, "these aliens think we're weak?" Emily nodded. "Yes, ma'am. They gave us 1 star out of 5. The Russian president scowled. "This is unacceptable. We must show them our strength." "With all due respect," Emily said, "I don't think starting a fight is the answer. We're seriously outgunned." The Chinese premier spoke up. "Then what do you suggest, Captain?" Emily took a deep breath. "I think we need to play their game, but do it our way. They value military might. Let's show them what humans can do when we put our minds to it." The room was quiet for a moment. Then, slowly, people started to nod. "What's your plan?" asked the Indian Prime Minister. Emily smiled. "First, we need to understand their technology better. Then, we innovate. We've always been good at that." Over the next few months, Earth was a hive of activity. The best scientists and engineers from around the world came together. They studied the data from the Curiosity's encounter and worked on new technologies. In a lab in Japan, Dr. Yuki Tanaka had a breakthrough. "Look at this," she exclaimed to her team. "If we combine our AI systems with quantum computing, we can create a defense network that predicts and counters any attack." Meanwhile, in a secret facility in the Sahara, a group of engineers tested a new type of engine. It didn't just travel faster than light. It could bend space itself. Emily, now promoted to admiral, oversaw it all. She made sure every new development was not just for war, but had peaceful uses too. "We're not becoming warmongers," she often said. "We're becoming innovators." One day, as Emily was reviewing progress reports, her assistant rushed in. "Admiral, we've detected an alien ship entering our solar system." Emily's heart raced. "Is it the GMRS?" "No, ma'am. It's asking for help." Confused, Emily hurried to the command center. On the main screen, she saw a battered ship limping towards Earth. Its design was different from the GMRS vessels. A transmission came through. The alien on the screen looked like a giant caterpillar. "Please," it said, its voice trembling. "We are refugees. The Zix attacked our world. We heard humans help those in need." Emily was surprised. How had they heard about humans? She turned to her team. "Prepare to assist them. And someone get me Tick from the GMRS. I think it's time for a chat." Soon, Tick's familiar bug crab face appeared on another screen. "Ah, humans. What is it now? Have you managed to build a proper warship yet?" He chuckled at his own joke. Emily smiled coolly. "Actually, Tick, we're calling about these refugees. They say the Zix attacked them. Aren't the Zix part of your rating system?" Tick's many eyes blinked rapidly. "Well, yes, but sometimes conflicts happen. It's not our job to intervene." "I see," Emily said. "So your rating system doesn't actually keep the peace. It just tells everyone who has the biggest guns." Tick's mandibles clicked in annoyance. "Now see here." Emily cut him off. "No, you see here. We may only have 1 star in your system, but we're going to help these refugees. And then, we're going to have a long talk about how things work out here in the galaxy." As she ended the call, Emily turned to her team. "Looks like we've got a chance to show the galaxy what humans are really made of. Let's make it count." The refugee ship drew closer to Earth. As Emily watched it approach, she couldn't help but smile. The galaxy thought humans were weak because they didn't focus on weapons. But now, they had a chance to show that true strength came from compassion, innovation, and the willingness to stand up for what's right. The game was about to change, and humanity was ready to play. The arrival of the refugee ship changed everything. As Earth welcomed the aliens, who called themselves the Flutters, news spread quickly through the galaxy. Humans, the 1-star nobodies, were sheltering victims of aggression by the 4-star Zix. Admiral Emily stood on a platform, watching as Flutters disembarked. Their caterpillar-like bodies moved gracefully despite their obvious exhaustion. Earth's top linguists worked alongside AI translators to facilitate communication. "Thank you," the Flutter leader, Zizi, said to Emily. "We had heard stories of human kindness, but we never dreamed." Emily smiled warmly. "It's what we do. Now, let's get you all settled and hear your story." Over the next few days, the Flutters shared their tale. The Ziks had attacked their peaceful world, seeking to exploit its rare resources. The GMRS had turned a blind eye, claiming it was not their place to interfere. As Emily listened, her resolve strengthened. It was time to show the galaxy a different way. In a secure briefing room, Emily addressed the world's leaders. "The Flutters have given us valuable information about Zik technology and tactics. It's time we put our new developments to the test." The US president leaned forward. "You're suggesting we take on the Ziks? Isn't that risky?" Emily nodded. "It is. But if we don't stand up to bullies, who will? Besides, I think we have a few surprises in store for them." The plan was set in motion. Earth would send a small fleet to the Flutter's home world, led by the newly christened ESS Hope. It wasn't the biggest or most heavily armed ship in the galaxy, but it carried humanity's greatest strengths: adaptability, creativity, and determination. As the fleet prepared to depart, Tick's face appeared on the main screen of the Hope. "This is madness," he chittered. "You'll be destroyed. The Ziks are 4-star rated." Emily smirked. "Thanks for the concern, Tick, but we've decided your rating system needs a reality check. Care to watch?" The journey to the Flutter home world was tense. Emily used the time to fine-tune their strategy with her crew and the Flutter representatives on board. "Remember," she told her fleet, "we're not here to destroy. We're here to protect. Use our new tech smartly. Outsmart them, don't just outgun them." As they dropped out of faster-than-light travel near the Flutter planet, alarms blared. A massive Zik battleship hung in orbit, its weapons already turning towards the human fleet. "This is Zik Commander Zux," a voice boomed over the comms. "Insignificant humans, you dare to interfere? Prepare to be annihilated." Emily took a deep breath. "This is Admiral Emily Chun of Earth. We are here to liberate this planet. Stand down, or face the consequences." A harsh laugh came over the channel. Then, without warning, the Zik ship fired. But the humans were ready. The AI-driven quantum defense network sprang into action. It predicted the attack trajectories and deployed countermeasures faster than any organic crew could react. "Evasive maneuvers," Emily ordered. "Activate the phase shields." The human ships seemed to flicker and dance, becoming hard to target. The Zik weapons found it nearly impossible to lock on. "Impossible," Zux growled. "Stand still and accept your doom." Emily grinned. "Sorry, not our style. Now, let's show them what we've got. Deploy the YIMN." From the Hope, a small projectile shot out. The electromagnetic nullifier, or EMN, was a human innovation. As it neared the Zik ship, it activated, creating a field that disrupted their energy weapons and shields. What is this trickery?" Zux shouted as his ship's systems began to fail. Emily opened a channel to the Zik ship. "This is your last warning. Power down your weapons and prepare to be boarded. We're taking you in for crimes against the Flutter people." For a tense moment, there was silence. Then, slowly, the lights on the Zik ship dimmed. They were surrendering. As human peacekeeping forces boarded the Zik vessel, Emily received another transmission. It was Tick, and he looked shocked. This is unprecedented," he stammered. "You defeated a 4-star race, with hardly any casualties. How? Why?" Emily's expression was stern. "Because we value life, Tick. All life. Your system rates military might, but it ignores the strength of compassion, of fighting for what's right. Maybe it's time for a new system." As the liberation of the Flutter world began, news of the human victory spread across the galaxy like wildfire. The 1-star underdogs had taken on a 4-star power and won. In the days that followed, Emily's inbox was flooded with messages from other races. Some offered congratulations. Others asked for help. And a few wanted to know if Earth was accepting allies. The galaxy was changing, and humanity, the unlikeliest of species, was leading the charge. The news of humanity's victory over the Zix spread through the galaxy like a supernova. Every species, from the lowliest 1-star to the mightiest 5-star, was talking about the upstart humans. Admiral Emily stood before the United Nations, delivering her report. The room was packed, with delegates from every nation hanging on her every word. The liberation of the Flutter homeworld was a success, she said, but it's only the beginning. We've received distress calls from a dozen other species, all victims of higher-rated aggressors. The Secretary General leaned forward. And how does the galactic community view our actions? Emily smiled wryly. It's mixed. Some see us as heroes. Others, well, let's just say not everyone appreciates us rocking the boat. On the other side of the galaxy, Tick was facing his own interrogation. The Alphas, the founders of the GMRS, had called an emergency meeting. Explain yourself, Tick. The Alpha leader, a being of pure energy, pulsed angrily. How did you let this happen? Tick's exoskeleton paled. Great ones, I don't know. The humans, they don't follow any rules we know. They took on the Zix with technology we've never seen. Another Alpha flickered. Perhaps we should have exterminated them when they first appeared. No. Tick surprised himself with his outburst. I mean, wouldn't that prove them right? That our system is just about bullying the weak? The Alphas pulsed in silent communication. Finally, the leader spoke. You may be right, Tick. We must handle this carefully. For now, observe and report. We will decide how to deal with these humans. Back on Earth, Emily was in a conference call with leaders from various alien races. The screen was a patchwork of bizarre faces and forms. A gaseous being from a 2-star system spoke up. Humans, we admire your bravery. But aren't you afraid of retaliation? Emily nodded. We're cautious, but not afraid. We believe in standing up for what's right. Easy for you to say, gurgled a liquid-based life form. You have nothing to lose with your 1-star rating. That's where you're wrong, Emily countered. We have everything to lose. Our freedom, our values, our very way of life. But we're willing to risk it to build a better galaxy. As the call continued, Emily's assistant interrupted with an urgent message. She excused herself and stepped away. What is it? She asked. The assistant looked worried. Ma'am, we're detecting multiple FTL signatures approaching Earth. It's a fleet, largest we've ever seen. Emily's heart raced. Whose? It's a mix. We're seeing ships from at least a dozen different races. Some are 3-star, even 4-star rated. For a moment, Emily felt a flicker of fear. Had they gone too far? Was this the end? But then she straightened her uniform and took a deep breath. Alert our defenses. But don't power weapons yet. Let's see what they want. As the alien fleet dropped out of FTL near Earth's orbit, tension on the planet reached a fever pitch. But instead of attacking, the lead ship sent a transmission. The face that appeared on screen was unlike any alien Emily had seen before. It seemed to be a composite of multiple species. Greetings, humans, the being said. I am the voice of the unrated. We represent the species who have long suffered under the GMRS. We come not to fight, but to learn, to ally. You've shown the galaxy a new way. Will you teach us? Emily couldn't help but laugh in relief. Of course, she said. Welcome to Earth. Let's talk about building a better galaxy together. As ships from the unrated fleet began to land, carrying diplomats and eager learners, Emily received another transmission. It was Tick. What have you done? He asked, his voice a mix of awe and fear. Do you realize how you've upset the balance? Emily's face was serious. The balance was already upset, Tick. It was just balanced in favor of the bullies. We're trying to set it right. Tick's mandibles clicked rapidly. The Alphas are watching. They're not happy. Let them watch, Emily said confidently. Maybe they'll learn something too. As she ended the call, Emily looked out at the bustling activity around her. Humans and aliens working together, sharing ideas, building bridges. The galaxy was changing fast. The old order was crumbling. And at the center of it all was Earth, the planet of the 1-star warriors who dared to dream of a better way. But Emily knew the real challenges were just beginning. The Alphas were watching, the old powers were scrambling, and the galaxy held its breath. Humanity had sparked a revolution. Now they had to see it through. Earth had become the center of a galactic revolution. Ships from countless worlds filled the skies, bringing allies, refugees, and the curious. In the midst of this chaos, Admiral Emily found herself busier than ever. She stood in a vast underground facility, surrounded by banks of advanced computers. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, Earth's leading AI researcher, was explaining their latest project. "We call it the Harmony Network," Yuki said, her eyes shining with excitement. "It's a galaxy-wide communication system that can't be controlled or shut down by any single group." Emily nodded, impressed. "And you're sure it's secure?" "As secure as we can make it," Yuki replied. "The K'ers helped with the quantum encryption. Even the Alphas shouldn't be able to crack it." "Good," Emily said, "because we're going to need it." Across the galaxy, Tick was having a very bad day. Complaints were flooding in from every corner of the GMRS. Species were demanding reevaluations, challenging their ratings, even refusing to acknowledge the system altogether. "This is a disaster," he muttered, his exoskeleton turning a sickly shade of green. Blob, his ever-present assistant, bubbled nervously. "Sir, I've detected an anomaly in the main database. I think we're being hacked." Tick's eyes swiveled wildly. "Impossible. Our systems are impenetrable." But as alarms began to blare throughout the GMRS headquarters, Tick realized that the impossible had become reality. Back on Earth, Emily received an urgent message. She rushed to the command center, where a group of human and alien tech experts were gathered around a giant screen. "We're in," a young hacker announced, her fingers flying over a holographic keyboard. "The GMRS database is ours." Emily leaned in, her heart racing. "What have we found?" The screen filled with data streams, charts, and hidden files. The team worked feverishly to decode it all. A K'er analyst spoke up, his gravity-manipulating appendages twisting in agitation. "It's worse than we thought. The ratings, they're all manipulated. The Alphas have been controlling everything." Emily's face hardened. "Can we prove it?" The hacker nodded. "Oh yeah, we've got transaction records, secret communications, everything. They've been taking bribes, threatening lower-rated species, even staging conflicts to keep everyone in line." "Get it all," Emily ordered. "Every bit of evidence. And then broadcast it on the Harmony Network. The whole galaxy needs to see this." As the team worked, Emily received another transmission. It was Zizi, the Flutter leader. "Emily," Zizi's antennae quivered with excitement. "You won't believe this. Worlds all over the galaxy are rising up. They're overthrowing their GMRS-backed governments." Emily allowed herself a small smile. "It's happening faster than we expected. Are you ready on your end?" Zizi nodded. "The coalition of free worlds is prepared. As soon as you give the signal, we'll announce our formation." "Good," Emily said. "Stay safe, my friend. Things might get rough." No sooner had she ended the call than alarms blared throughout the facility. A technician called out, "Massive energy spike detected. Multiple FTL signatures incoming." Emily's blood ran cold. "It's the Alphas. They're making their move." Outside, the sky lit up as hundreds of ships dropped out of FTL. At their center was a vessel that dwarfed all others, pulsing with otherworldly energy. The main screen crackled to life, revealing a being of pure light and energy. The Alpha leader's voice boomed, shaking the very air. "Humans," it intoned, "you have upset the balance of the galaxy. Your actions threaten the peace we have maintained for eons. Surrender now, or face obliteration." Emily stepped forward, her voice steady despite her racing heart. "We will not surrender. Your peace was built on lies and oppression. We choose freedom." The Alpha's form flickered with rage. "Then you choose destruction." As the transmission cut off, Emily turned to her team. "This is it, people. The moment we've prepared for. Activate the Bubble Defense Network. Alert all our allies. And whatever happens, keep broadcasting the truth." Outside, the Alpha fleet began to advance. But as they did, ships from all over the galaxy began to appear. The unrated, the oppressed, those who had heard Earth's call for freedom, they came in their thousands. Emily watched as the greatest space battle in galactic history was about to unfold. Earth, once rated as insignificant, now stood at the center of a revolution that would reshape the stars. As weapons began to fire and the sky burned with combat, Emily sent out one final message on the Harmony Network. To all free beings of the galaxy, stand with us now, not for glory, not for power, but for the right of every species to chart its own course. Today, we end the tyranny of ratings. Today, we claim our freedom among the stars. The battle for the galaxy's future had begun, and humanity, the one-star warriors, were leading the charge. The battle raged across Earth's solar system. Energy beams crisscrossed space, explosions bloomed like silent flowers, and ships danced in deadly ballets. Admiral Emily stood at the helm of the ESS Hope, coordinating the combined fleet of Earth and its allies. The ship shuddered as it absorbed another hit. Bubble shields holding at 60%, reported her XO, Raj. The Alpha's weapons are like nothing we've seen before. Emily nodded grimly. Keep our fleet in formation. We just need to hold out a little longer. On the main screen, she could see the massive Alpha mothership. It hung at the center of the battle, its energy weapons tearing through ships like paper. Suddenly, Yuki's face appeared on a side screen. Admiral, we've done it. The Harmony Network is at full power. Emily allowed herself a small smile. Excellent. Initiate Phase Omega. Across the galaxy, on thousands of worlds, the Harmony Network sprang to life. The truth about the GMRS, the Alpha's manipulations, and Earth's stand for freedom spread like wildfire. In the GMRS headquarters, Tick watched in horror as his carefully maintained system crumbled. Screens all around him showed worlds in open revolt, tearing down GMRS offices and overthrowing puppet governments. It's over, he whispered, his mandibles clicking softly. I never imagined this, he said softly. You humans, you changed everything. Emily smiled. That's what we do, Tick. We imagine a better way, and then we make it happen. As Earth grew larger in the viewport, Emily felt a sense of pride and purpose. The one-star warriors had reshaped the galaxy. Now, the real work began, building a future where every star shone bright with possibility. The universe watched and waited, ready for humanity's next surprise. 5 years had passed since the fall of the GMRS. The galaxy was a changed place, buzzing with activity and cooperation. The Galactic Cooperative, headquartered on Earth, had become a symbol of unity and progress. Admiral Emily Chen, now serving as Earth's representative to the cooperative, stood on a balcony overlooking New Alexandria, a sprawling city that had sprung up to house the thousands of alien diplomats and scientists who now called Earth home. Zizi, the Flutter leader, floated up beside her. Quite a view, isn't it? The caterpillar-like alien mused. Emily nodded, smiling. Sometimes I still can't believe how far we've come. Below them, humans mingled with beings from across the galaxy. A group of Kayers were demonstrating their gravity manipulation to wide-eyed human children. Nearby, a team of scientists, a mix of humans, Zix, and several other species, huddled around a holographic display, excitedly discussing a new breakthrough in clean energy. The Harmony University is set to open next month, Zizi said. The first true galactic institution of learning. Who would have thought? Emily chuckled. Certainly not the Alphas. The former leaders of the galaxy were now a cautionary tale, their energy forms contained in a special prison where they would spend centuries contemplating their actions. A ping from Emily's communicator interrupted their conversation. Excuse me, she said, checking the message. Her eyes widened. It's from the exploration team we sent to the galactic core. They found something. Zizi's antennae quivered with excitement. What is it? Emily's voice was filled with awe. They're not sure, but they think it might be evidence of a precursor civilization, one that existed billions of years ago. As the news spread, Emily could feel the familiar buzz of excitement that had characterized the past 5 years. A new mystery to solve, a new frontier to explore, together. You know, Zizi said thoughtfully, I don't think I ever thanked you properly. Your people changed everything, gave hope to so many. Emily shook her head. We just did what was right, and we couldn't have done it without allies like you. As they watched the sun set over New Alexandria, painting the sky in brilliant hues, Emily reflected on their journey. From a one-star nobody to the heart of a galactic renaissance, humanity had come so far. But the adventure, she knew, was only beginning. The story of the one-star warriors had spread across the stars, inspiring countless beings to dream bigger, to stand up for what's right, to imagine a better future.